The decision of the appropriate processor for work mostly depends on the nature of the work at hand. If you give most processors enough time, they can handle almost any workload you throw at them. However, faster CPUs, those with more cores and/or higher clock speeds, can handle demanding workloads in a fractions of the time, making them excellent for productivity. We will cover the top CPUs for workstations in this fantastic video. Therefore, like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel before the video starts. While our post on the best CPUs for gaming will provide you with a better understanding of the gaming performance, this list concentrates on workstation productivity application performance. All of the processors are ranked in our CPU benchmarks hierarchy based on the performance in gaming, single and multi-threaded workloads for an even more in-depth look. Number 7. AMD Threadripper Pro 5995WX. With 64 cores, 128 threads, and support for up to 2 TB of the memory distributed across 8 memory channels, AMD's Threadripper Pro 5995WX is the undisputed multi-threaded workstation market leader. Additionally, it has astonishing 128 LANs of the PCIe 4.0 connection. The Threadripper Pro 5995WX powered by Zen 3 is essentially what AMD claims it to be, a highly specialized processor with an outstanding performance across a small range of workloads. The 64-core Threadripper Pro 5995WX is a specialized beast that, like its predecessor, offers unrivaled performance in workloads that may benefit from parallelism. However, not all programs benefit from 64 cores, so you should consider your workload before making a decision. However, a single-socket Intel workstation won't have this many cores or PCIe LANs. The Intel Xeon W3300 range is inferior, with its maximum of 38 cores and 64 PCIe LANs per chip. The retail 5995WX, meanwhile, will set you back a jaw-dropping $6,499 instead. Number 6. AMD Threadripper Pro 5975WX. While the Threadripper 35995WX offers the highest level of performance, the exotic design does cause it to operate less quickly in some common tasks, making the Threadripper 5975WX a more sensible choice for productivity-minded users. The 32-core, 64-thread, the Threadripper 5975WX destroys Intel's most exotic hardware with devastating threaded performance in its pricing range. For the majority of professionals, the $3,299 32-core Threadripper Pro 5975WX is the more sensible option because it once again offers excellent performance while providing all of the connectivity of its more expensive sibling. This chip provides the majority of the 5995WX performance and is less prone to inconsistent performance under certain workloads. Another feature that will appeal to the semi-professional market is AMD's innovation implementation of the PCIe 4.0 interface. Number 5. Intel Core i9 10980XE. Although the Core i9 10980XE is a good choice, you will give up a significant amount of threaded horsepower if you choose it. Intel's Cascade Lake X flagship deserves its niche for streamers and professionals who can utilize the additional I/O and quad-channel RAM. But the Ryzen 5950X and 3950X are a better value for the majority of the productivity applications where the more robust HEDT platform is less relevant. That leaves a vanishingly small market share where Intel benefits in this price range. Users that need quad-channel memory or more PCIe LANs. If you have the money to spend, overclocking performance matters. If you are prepared to give up a few PCIe LANs, you can install the 10980XE into an existing X299 board. But you should be aware that this marks the end of the X299 platform. Faster clock rates and better performance at reduced overall power consumption are both benefits of the 14nm technology. Additionally, the Core i9 10980XE has significantly more room for overclocking than its predecessor. You should take into account the $280 price difference and the fact that the 10980XE's advantage over the AMD Ryzen 5950X demands more powerful cooling and power delivery before making your purchase. Number 4. Intel Core i9 12900K. Previously, the fastest processor in the world was the Intel Core i9 12900K. Its $589 price tag makes it an outstanding value for high-end gaming streaming as well. It even outperforms AMD's Ryzen 9 5950X in tasks requiring a lot of threads, including creating content. Additionally, it dominates x86 single-threaded speed. The fact that you can use this chip with Intel's Workstation W680 chipset and that it supports ECC memory and CPU overclocking makes it a powerful chip for entry-level workstations, which is maybe the most crucial feature. With DDR4 3200 or DDR5 4800 memory compatibility, 16 lanes of the PCIe 5.0, and an additional 4 lanes of the PCIe 4.0 from the chip for M.2 SSDs. The 12900K also provides cutting-edge connectivity. The processor has 8 hyper-threaded P cores and 8 single-threaded E cores, giving it a total of 24 threads. With Turbo Boost Max 3.0, the P cores' peak frequencies can reach 5.2 GHz. Their base frequency is 3.2 GHz. This feature is only active on P cores. The E cores, on the other hand, start at 2.4 GHz and can reach 3.9 GHz with the common Turbo Boost 2.0 algorithms. Additionally, the CPU has 14 MB of L2 cache and 30 MB of L3 cache. AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. Number 3. AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. If you are ready to pay the price, high-end desktop processors have long provided the best performance. In addition to their high price, HEDT CPUs demand pricey hardware, such as robust motherboards and the extra expensive fully stocked quad-channel memory controllers. Any cost-conscious consumers who could benefit from the threaded horsepower of a HEDT CPU just settle for mainstream options when the inevitable trade-offs, including the decreased performance in lightly threaded apps and games, are taken into account. With 16 cores and 32 threads, AMD's Ryzen 9 5950X builds on the goals of its predecessors by bringing HEDT class performance to the mainstream motherboards and lowering the entry barrier. The 5950X costs around $550, which is incredibly inexpensive when compared to the comparable HEDT CPUs that don't provide the same level of performance. The Ryzen 9 5950X is highly skilled at productivity workloads thanks to its generous number of cores and threads. However, it does have a dual-channel memory controller that can limit performance and workloads with memory throughput restrictions. Outside of the major limitation though, you can find a processor and platform that can perform important tasks very quickly while remaining agile enough to give high refresh action at the end of the day. Number 2. Intel Core i7 12700K. At $385, The 12700K easily defeats the expensive $550 Ryzen 9 5900X and the $330 Ryzen 7 5800X. The icing on the cake that elevates Intel's workstation class W680 chipset to an amazing value for mid-range production systems is the addition of ECC memory support and CPU overclocking. According to our tests, the Core i7-12700K is strong all-arounder. If you're looking for a well-balanced combination of the price and performance, the 12700K is significant productivity powerhouse. The 12700K is approximately 17% quicker than the 5800X and 5900X in light-threaded applications. The Core i7-12700K outperforms the Ryzen 9 5900X by 2.5% when working in the threaded mode. Although the Ryzen 9 5900X does occasionally triumph in heavily threaded applications. 8P cores, high performance, and 4E cores, efficiency make up the Core i7-12720K's threads in total. While the E cores clock in a 2.7 by 3.8 GHz, the P cores operate at 3.6 by 5.0 GHz based by boost. The processor also receives 12 MB of L2 cache and 25 MB of L3 cache from AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. You should choose the Core i5-12400 and save money if your main concerns are the best gaming CPU and minimal productivity chores. However, the Ryzen 9 5900X is your CPU if you value a harsh mix of performance in all areas, such as single and multi-threaded work and gaming. Number 1. AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. The 12-core, 24-thread Ryzen 9 5900X is advertised as having a 3.7 GHz base and a 4.8 GHz boost, but in our testing, it clocked in at 5.0 GHz. You will get the best of both worlds with 5900X because it's the undisputed fastest gaming processor on the market and is exceptionally powerful in threaded applications given its price point. Additionally, overclock ability and PCIe 4.0 support should be taken into account. Existing 500 series and certain 400 series motherboards can accommodate the Ryzen 9 5900X. Be sure to assure compatibility. You must bring your cooler, and the bigger the better. With the more powerful Ryzen 5000 processors, cooling does affect performance. However, the Ryzen 9 5900X is a fantastic choice if you're looking for a CPU with a solid balance of performance for both single and heavily threaded applications. Did you like this video? Openly give your opinion in the comments section, and don't forget to press the subscribe button to follow our more videos in future.